and welcome to Talking Schmidt. I'm your host, Eric Schmidt.
Hello, I'm Greg Burmeister.
How about that, Greg?
How about that?
How?
We've done it.
Yep. Well, thanks for listening and watching. It's been a great episode.
We'll be back next time.
No, I'm going to be out of town. I should have written that down. I'll be out of town.
A couple of weeks. We'll be back with more entertainment.
Out of town is what I'll put there. So, what'd you do this week, Greg?
What did I do this week?
Oh, I forgot to shut that entirely. Here we go.
Let's see.
What'd you get up to? What kind of things did you get into?
I went to a couple movies. I actually went to 2 movies at the local theater.
Yeah, what'd you see?
Yeah, I saw Flight Risk, the new Mark Wahlberg movie.
He's an actor.
Yeah, he's part of the...
He's been in some stuff.
Yeah, including the Funky Bunch.
Yes.
Yeah, and
his brother owns a series of burger joints, I believe.
Yeah, never had one of those.
Yeah, we should try one.
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
No, actually, I'm
okay, well, we won't
not
do
very
that tonight. What else did you see?
But
was it good?
Yeah, I actually liked it a lot. It's always a gamble with those bottle movies. It takes place in one small setting, the entire movie.
Oh,
it's in a small airplane. But it was well done because usually a lot of TV series do bottle episodes where it's just save on the budget.
Sure. Was it scary?
But it wasn't really scary, but it was very intense. Oh. A lot of buddy, what's gonna happen next?
Like a thriller? Well, not really a thriller, I guess, or like a suspense.
Thriller. Yeah, okay. But it had a lot of action. It was very
action.
Yeah, a lot of fights, a lot of punching and stabbing. And,
whoa.
But only 3 main characters.
Okay.
Because they were on a small
Now, none
airplane.
of these are spoilers that you're giving, right?
No.
Okay.
You'll see all this in the trailer.
Okay.
But, but yeah, Marky Mark was very pissed.
How many boxes of Greg brand popcorn would you give it?
I would give it 4 out of 5 Greg Burmeister original bottles of kernels.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. That's pretty good. I mean, that might be the highest, the most you've given a movie. Since you started doing this.
I think so. Yeah, it's a 80%. It's a B-.
Yeah. What else did you see? While you talk about this, I forgot to close this one too.
Oh yeah, so did I.
Whoops. We're giving away the illusion.
Oh no.
People won't believe that's a real city anymore. They're like, wait a minute, there's just been an air conditioning back there that whole time?
Those are windows?
All right. So what else did you see?
I also saw Companion.
Companion?
Yes. It's similar to Ex Machina, if you've ever seen that.
Haven't seen that. I just kind of started watching movies. I'm still in a very early season, so I just saw The Wizard of Oz. So I'm getting caught up.
Yeah.
But
Have you gotten to Casablanca?
I forget.
Yeah, very good.
I think no. I think
Any
that
of
came
those
out.
Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Again, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the timeline there. I feel like I would remember if I'd seen an Alfred Hitchcock film.
Yeah.
But I'm still in the early season, so Ex Machina is what this movie's kind of like. Huh?
Yeah, because it has to do with the AI robots. That's all the rage these days.
Oh,
and
scary stuff.
It's like when I first saw Ex Machina, I loved it because it seemed so futuristic.
Yeah.
And now the more I see these movies, I'm like,
buddy, this is no good.
This actually isn't too far off.
This is much scarier now.
Yeah, this is somewhat realistic these days.
Yeah, I don't trust that AI stuff. I've caught it making pretty simple mistakes before, just mathematical mistakes.
Yeah,
I'll be like, that's not what it is, and it's like, whoops, sorry.
Yeah,
and I'm
I don't trust
whoops,
it.
Sorry, you're a fucking robot. A calculator would have gotten this right. What the fuck am I?
Calculators are the original robots.
Yeah. That's a good bumper sticker. I don't trust this AI stuff. It's not good. It's taking jobs from people, and it's bad for the environment. I don't know if you saw that. So we here at Talking Schmidt, we're real. We're not AI.
Yeah, we are not avatars.
No, because if we were, we'd probably be much more efficient.
That's true.
We'd be way better at this.
We'd just be talking very fast, no pauses.
It's kind of what we do sometimes.
Yeah.
I had a pretty crazy week too, Greg. I went to a new burger place.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Cubby's.
Where's it at?
It's in Midtown, which I know. Hey,
buddy,
take
tourist
it easy. Take
central.
it easy. But it's lower. It's like 44th and 10th, so it's kind of like
it's a little further west.
It's out of the beaten path a little bit.
Yeah, that's nice.
And man, I got to tell you, I had a Philly cheesesteak burger.
Whoa!
Holy cow, so good. I mean, yeah. Just good. I give it 4 out of 5 Greg Burmeister popcorn kernels or whatever.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
How much was it? What did it cost?
Well, so that's the trouble.
Fancy place? Or,
that's the troubling part is like it's not that fancy of a place. So I mean, like anywhere else, it would have been way more expensive. I did go a little nuts though. I got fries and a Coke.
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like 20 for all that.
I feel like for Midtown Manhattan, that's not bad.
No. But the guy gave me a little bit of, I guess he was making what's that called? An ice cream, a milkshake. He was making a milkshake for someone that was picking it up, and there was a little extra, and so he gave it to me.
Hey, there you go.
'Cause I was the only one sitting in there having
got a little bonus.
Little bonus. Yeah.
How about
it was
that?
Vanilla milkshake, which I would never order. I'm usually a chocolate milkshake.
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of guy.
same.
Yeah.
Big chocolate man.
Good to know we agree on that,
Yes.
Greg. Things could have gotten real ugly real fast
Oh.
if we hadn't agreed on that. But yeah, so it was, but it was delicious. Highly recommend. Cubby's in Midtown
44th
Manhattan.
and 10th.
Beautiful, historic, Midtown Manhattan. You were recently on a different podcast, Greg.
Yes.
How was it?
I was.
Which podcast was it?
It was great. It was so much fun. It's called the Letterman Podcast.
Oh, that's great. That's where that's not really where we met, but for just to speed things up, that's where we met.
We didn't meet on the podcast.
What's this guy doing here? He seems pretty cool.
What year is it?
Strange podcast you're running here, Mike. That's the name of the guy that runs that podcast.
I love Mike.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
Such a nice man.
Yeah, we should have him on this podcast sometime.
Yeah, definitely. When
he's
he
ever
comes
in
out
town,
here, yeah,
'cause we're strict. We're like, you got to be here. None of this video.
Got to be in person. But
but he does. He does the video thing, and it works out nice.
Yeah.
He's an inspiration to us all. Really,
True.
If you think about it. But did you have a nice time on his podcast?
Yeah, it was so much fun. I loved telling stories about the Late Show and reminiscing about those times. And you were also on it.
Yeah, I was on it recently. Yeah. And if you're a fan of me or Greg or the both of us or the Letterman Show, go listen to both of our appearances on the Letterman podcast. It was a fantastic time. You told a few stories that I hadn't heard before. We're not going to repeat them here.
Go listen to the Letterman podcast.
Go listen to the Letterman podcast. I guess there's one. I just did want to clarify something. You tell a story on there about how like you were out pretty late one night, and decided not to go all the way home, and only to have to come back to work the next day. So you slept at work.
Yeah,
and we had locker rooms at the Late Show.
Yes,
a girls' locker room and a boys'
where everyone kept their jackets and everything.
Yeah, and you were like, I'm gonna sleep at. Was it after Barcelona Bar, by the way?
I can't probably.
Okay.
Yeah, we alternated between Barcelona, Three Monkeys, and when about halfway through my time there, we found a place called Bar 9 that we started going to.
I think I've heard of that. I don't think I've been, but okay. So you went. You were like, I'm just gonna go sleep, and you stacked up the jackets and you slept on them.
Yes.
And when you're telling that story, you make it sound like you did that once. I think you even say like, I did this once, and then later on. You seem to imply that it happened more than once. So I just wanted to get... Did it happen more than once?
Yeah, it happened a couple times. Well, yeah, it's just it's a part of a storytelling.
Sure.
If you just think of something in the moment, you're like, oh, one time I did that.
I thought it was just really funny. I didn't think it was a mistake. I thought you were like... I thought it was just a funny way to do it, to be like, yeah, I did this once, and then to be like, and then later reveal that it was a multiple times.
I didn't even.
Okay, so a few, twice, maybe more.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Good to know. Good to know you were having fun.
It was so much easier than, especially because I had to work the box office in the morning, and you had to be there at like 9 a.m.
Right.
So if you're at the bar late, it doesn't really make sense to go all the way back to Bushwick, which is like way out in Brooklyn.
No, and the bars in New York, folks, by the way, in case you don't live here, they stay open till 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Morning, which is,
and you have to be, if you have to be to work 2 blocks away from there at 9 a.m., you almost don't even have time to go home.
No,
and then go all the way back.
That's a long day, by the way. If you did box office and then the show.
Yeah, I had way more energy back then.
All right, fair enough. I do want to point out, by the way, Greg is if he's living like this, if he's living La Vida Loca, as they say, he's very good at covering his scent. You know, you've never smelled like you were sleeping on a pile of jackets. In the years I've known you.
Very good.
So, yeah.
I'm also good at, dusting off the dirt that I slept on and tidying up quick before anyone sees me.
I guess no one found you ever, right? Like no one walked in and
No,
okay.
no.
All right. Well, good. You got away with it.
Yeah.
Until now. Now you're getting arrested. Come on in, guys. Okay, so that's fun. You did that this week. I had a fun, neat social media thing happen. My friend Luke Wesley, friend of the podcast,
Great musician,
texted me. I guess some video I sent him. I was on vacation in Bermuda. And I sent him this video where it looks like this. It's a sign that says scooter rental. But it is there was like a tree or something blocking the S from the angle I was standing at. So I like zoom in on it. So it says cooter rental. And I just added some commentary to it. I just said, "Hell fucking yeah, dude," and it's dumb. It's extremely dumb video. And I didn't even post it then. I just sent it to Luke, I guess, and Luke just sat on it for a few years.
And you probably just forgot about it.
Completely forgot about it. So he texted me and was just like, "I just found this in my phone and it made me laugh." And I was like, "Dude, I forgot all about this." And then I jokingly was like, "I'm gonna post this on TikTok." He was like, "Do it." So then he dared me. So then I had to.
See what kind of response cooter rentals.
Yeah. So I posted it, and buddy, TikTok loved that shit. I had no idea. Like I just posted. I even forgot that I had posted it, and then I checked back a few hours later, and it was like 10,000 views, 15,000
really?
views,
Wow.
30,000 views, 40, 50, 60,
Crazy.
70, 120,000 views, 200,000 views.
What did it get up to?
I think it's over 200.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what is wrong? And people commenting and just the laughing faces and trying to make their own jokes about it. And I'm just like, this is the dumbest shit. Is this what I should do?
I guess so. That's what the people want.
I've spent so much time writing jokes long, some of them long, and that are make people maybe think. I'm not like a super cerebral comedian,
Yeah.
I'm not super intelligent, but I try to be at a middle,
not completely lowbrow.
Yeah. I try to be in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to educate. I'm not trying to challenge anyone. My main thing is trying to make people laugh.
Not always writing cooter jokes.
No. Well, that too. Yeah, but maybe I should.
Yeah. Apparently.
maybe cooter jokes are where it's at. I don't know. So anyway, that was a weird thing that happened this week. It just totally changed my whole thing. I have an update for listeners. I know we've been getting a lot of emails about it. My phone tag run, which has been over a month now, with Franco Cottardo, friend of the podcast as well, has ended.
Yes.
Not only did I see him in person at the last Live Snakes, he had a boot on. I don't know if you noticed that. He injured himself.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, that's why he did.
I didn't look down.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't walking around. That's why he sat in a chair
gotcha.
the entire time. People had to come to him. But yeah. So anyway, saw him in person there.
Does that count as breaking the phone tag, though?
I'm glad you asked, Greg, because I don't think it does.
Yeah, I think you still need to talk to him on the phone.
So I did. Yeah, then, so after that, I did end up talking to him on the phone.
Bummer. I wanted this to go on infinitely.
Yeah, he gave me a call. He let me know that he couldn't make it to our birthday. Well, my birthday trip. Yeah. So,
bummer.
But it was nice of him to call. Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think just there's a lot going on, and there's some things that are preventing him from going.
Gotcha.
Yeah, without getting too into that. But yes. So he won't be making it. But it was nice of him to call to let me know.
Yeah, it's good that you found out 6 weeks later.
Phone tag over. So happy to give that update to everyone. Greg, are you excited? I'm excited. And now I'll tell you what I think you're excited about and what I am excited about.
Ooh, what's that? I'm excited to find out what we're excited about.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I'm excited for you to find out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. It's the Super Bowl. It's tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Almost forgot about that.
Well, yeah, by the time this goes up, though, it will have ended. The Eagles will have won. And Travis Kelce will have been sad, and Taylor Swift will move on. Will move on with her life. Yeah. She won't leave Travis Kelce. She'll just be like, "Well, all right,
yeah, you guys will probably win next year."
Yeah, you won. You won 2. That's pretty good. Yeah. Let's get on my private jet and fly across the street and get somebody. You know what she does. Everyone knows.
Hey, now.
Yeah, no. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to watch the Super Bowl tomorrow. Going to watch it at Barcelona Bar.
Very
Again,
good.
the people listening to this are going to be like, why are they talking about the Super Bowl? That is already
that was 4 days ago.
4 days ago, you maniacs. But anyway, I'm excited to watch it. Barcelona Bar, fun place to watch it. And I helped them do some... And I'm not like a Bob Vila type, by the way. You know who that is? The do-it-yourself, fixing your house.
DIY.
Yeah. So I wouldn't consider myself anything like that guy. I'm quite useless, actually, when it comes to those sort of things.
No Tim the Toolman Taylor.
No Tim the Toolman Taylor. You can forget it, buddy. But so I was like, hey, to the Barcelona guys, Jason Sturm, Michael Knight, just fantastic people, by the way, friends of the podcast.
Yeah,
certainly.
Very good friends of the pod.
I messaged them and I was like, hey, the in the past years when I've watched the Super Bowl there, it's not very loud. Like they put all the TVs up like all the way, but that's just not that loud. For a bar. You need a little more for a crowded bar.
You got to plug it into the PA system.
So, buddy, that's what I suggested.
Hey, there you go.
And then I went in and looked around a little bit because I host trivia there on Mondays.
Yeah.
And I and we do an open mic there on Wednesdays. And I'm just in there throwing them back time to time.
I'm just there every day.
Yeah, I'm there quite often.
Yeah.
So, but I noticed I did a little snooping around, got my phone out, turned the light on, looked behind the TV, looked behind the little situation here. Oh. So they have a mixer, right, that's connected to the sound system.
Yeah.
And I noticed it has the red and white audio,
the RCA
jacks.
cables.
Yeah. So you know what it's called. You're more of a Bob Vila, Tim the Toolman Taylor guy.
Yes.
So
Al Borland, if
sure.
you will.
Yeah, he's great too.
Yeah.
But they have. And I noticed there's a cable box. That's where they're getting the cable.
Oh, okay.
And it had the same, red.
Yeah.
So feasibly, I was like, guys, I think you could.
I think you could put the red and the white in here, and the red and white in here.
And you could get it. You could get it going on, man. And you know what they did?
So very nice. Great job.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty. Hopefully, they never charge me to drink there again. I think should be my reward.
Yeah,
for allowing them for the Super Bowl, which happens once a year, to play it slightly louder. Yeah. Greg, I thought we'd get through this episode and this week. I thought we'd gotten through the week without anyone from the Trump world saying anything too crazy or anything too Nazi-ish. But then, when you know it, yesterday, Kanye West is like, I'm a Nazi.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that guy, he's
troubled. He's a troubled man. I hope he gets some help.
Yeah. I wish everyone would just stop listening to him, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah. That's unfortunate too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. You mean listening to his music or listening to his?
Oh no, I mean just stop looking at his social media and just forget the guy exists.
Well, I don't follow him. Maybe best to mute him, I guess. Maybe that because that's kind of what happened with Sarah Palin, right? Everyone just kind of stopped talking about her and
kind of fizzled out.
She was just gone.
Yeah, exactly.
We should try that on Trump for God's sake.
A lot of these people.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Kanye. Hope. Kanye, if you want to come on the podcast, I mean,
yeah.
I'm kidding. I actually, I don't think I know that's not a thing. I know he's not trying to be on this podcast, but I think even if he did, I would be like, No, I don't think so, man. I'm sorry. You need, unless he like completely changed. If he just was like, hey, I took, or like I got hit on the head and now I'm good, you know?
In my head, it's 1992 now.
Also, that's what happened to set me on this wrong path is I got hit in the head, but then I got re-hit in the head. Now I'm okay.
Just reset my
and I looked at all this stuff I'd been doing since like 2015, and man, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what the hell was going on. So hopefully that happens, you know? Yeah. Hopefully that'll be a nice ending.
If that happens, we'll have him on.
Yeah, then we'll have you on, Kanye. Speaking of crazy things, I don't know if you saw this, Greg. How much you paying for eggs? Are you a big egg guy?
Yeah, I eat eggs every day.
But you eat boilies.
Yeah, I'm a boilie.
You don't eat regular eggs.
I cook eggs maybe once a week.
Okay,
but more
what do you
often
have? An
than
omelet,
not,
an egg sandwich, of some kind?
Just like fried eggs.
Fried eggs.
Yeah. Otherwise,
sunny side, over medium. How you doing?
Over medium.
Over medium.
That's my go-to. But yeah, I'd say about 5 to 6 days of the week I eat boilies.
How many boilies you eat in a day?
3 to 4.
Oh man, you're getting your protein, dog.
Yeah, buddy. 6 grams of protein per boilie.
Man,
have 4. That's 24 grams of protein every day.
I'm confused how this correlates with your popcorn diet, though. I thought you were doing the all. I'm noticing some holes in your story about your diet here, man. You told me you're only eating popcorn.
This is during my popcorn fasts. I'm also an alternate intermittent faster.
Okay, all right. 3 to 4 boilies a day.
Yeah,
man. Well, have you noticed? And do you boil them yourself?
No, I used to.
Buy them pre-boiled.
Yeah, now that I live in this neighborhood, there's a grocery store
Astoria,
a couple blocks
Queens.
away. Yeah, in Astoria, there's a grocery store that sells these just like plastic containers with 6 boilies in them. So I just grab those so I don't have to do any work.
Damn, how many of those you buying at a time?
I usually buy 2 to 3 packs at a time.
Oh my God. This is more interesting than the all popcorn diet. You're on an all boilie diet.
Only when I'm off the popcorn diet.
You alternate egg and popcorn.
I alternate fasting eggs and popcorn.
That's terrific.
Because I get more protein from the eggs, but I get more fiber from the popcorn.
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean you're in a struggle there for sure. So have you noticed? Have the prices gone up? Have you noticed, or is it not noticeable, or have they not gone up?
I got to be honest. I don't generally even look at the prices.
Sure.
If I need eggs, I just grab them and throw them into my cart.
Well, we won't tell the people who make boilies that.
No. All of a sudden I'm like,
spending $30 a day on eggs.
I only bought 4 things and it's $120. But yeah, I hear, or I see on the news, everyone's all worried about the price of eggs, and I haven't even looked. I'm sure they're expensive, but
yeah. The eggs I buy are always expensive because I buy golden eggs.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if you ever had one. They're made by Goldschlager. There's a little Goldschlager in the egg.
There's like 24 karat.
I don't know. I don't ask. I'm not really.
Not a jeweler.
I'm not. Yeah. No, I buy eggs from the farmer's market from and they're like really nice. They're called heirloom eggs. Some of them are like blue and have like that really rich dark orange yolk.
Oh, yeah, you ever made boilies out of them?
I haven't. Maybe I'll. I'm not a big boilie guy. I'm more of a non-boilie kind of guy. I have
old school.
Right. This new. I'm not with the new things. Like you are. You look significantly younger. So you do these younger fads.
Yeah. More on top of these current fads.
Yeah. The boilies. Well, I don't know if you saw, but they're. Anyway, so those eggs are like $10
for a dozen.
For a dozen, yeah, and they have been since, Barack Hussein Obama was president. So there's been no rise or fall in the prices of the eggs I purchase.
That's good.
Sure. Yeah. But I saw that Waffle House. Have you ever been to a Waffle House?
Yeah, it's been a long time. But when my parents lived in Atlanta, I went to Waffle Houses down there, and oh, buddy, I enjoyed it, but that was a long time ago. So,
do they have boilies there? I don't know.
I didn't get any, but I wasn't quite in my boilie phase yet, so I guess I wasn't really paying attention.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll have to go to one sometime and ask them if they serve boilies.
4 regular boilies.
Oh, buddy, that's gonna set you back like $60, man. Because that's what I'm getting to. Is I saw they have like a surcharge now. If you order an egg or anything or eggs or anything with eggs, it's 50 cents extra per egg.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, that's got to be alarming, and that's something that like the red states notice, because that's where Waffle Houses are.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked up? There's a map that like perfectly correlates of like heart disease, like where it's like the highest and where there are Waffle Houses, like the Waffle House
sense.
map, and like the terrible like people dying young from heart shit, just
all
perfectly
that fried,
perfectly overlays.
Yeah.
Now, a word from our sponsor, it's
Waffle House.
God, geez, I shouldn't have said all that. I actually really love Waffle House. It's and I don't know if you've ever seen, like Anthony Bourdain was a big fan of Waffle House too.
Oh, I didn't know that, yeah.
It's just like it's always the same. They do it perfect. You never get a bad one. Also, certain towns, there's fun fights you can watch in the Waffle House.
Oh, yeah, that's right. People throwing stools at each other.
Sure.
Yeah. A lot of free entertainment at those Waffle Houses.
So remember, guys, go to Waffle House if you find yourself in a terrible part of the country. I don't know if you saw, there's a meteor that may be coming.
Yeah, it's
Did you read anything about it?
Yeah, I read, what was it, 2032, about 7 years from now?
On December 22nd.
Ah, perfect.
Right before Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
The winter solstice.
Yes. I hope it doesn't hit me.
Yeah, like you specifically.
Right, like, yeah. I hope they give me a warning, like, hey, get out of the way,
It reminds me of those movies that came out in 1998, Deep Impact and Armageddon.
All right, say your favorite, count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Deep Impact.
Armageddon.
Jesus.
And I only say that because I went to Deep Impact in the theater, and right when the comet hit, I think it was a comet in Deep Impact, a meteor in Armageddon. But anyway.
Well, you know your science, Greg.
Yeah. Right when the massive tidal waves started coming in to wipe out the city, like New York and everything, the movie theater screen went blank. And the lights came on, and a guy walked in and said, "Sorry, folks, there's an issue with the film reel. I guess come back another time." And so that's...
Did they give you a refund?
they did.
Okay, Jesus. That's like the worst possible timing.
That's the only reason I wanted to see the movie.
Yeah, that's the only reason you go to see those movies, is to see New York get destroyed.
So I sat through like 90 or so minutes of just like leading up to that. And so that's the only reason I have to put Deep Impact on the back burner.
Well, that's not really fair to the fine folks that made Deep Impact, though. Have you
that's just my personal experience.
Yeah, I mean that's terrible. Have you watched it since then?
Yeah, I have watched it.
They're both good. They're completely different. I mean, and by good I mean they're not that good. They're 1998
movies.
They're fine. Yeah. Weird that they came out the same year. I wonder what was going on.
They actually came out. I don't know why I know this fact. They came out like 2 months apart, and they're
weird.
Yeah,
I mean, they must have known. Like,
yeah, I mean, they're a big production. Like Michael Bay did Armageddon.
Yeah. That great Aerosmith song too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, but it was a troubling time in America. You know, our president was in trouble at that time.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that. I guess things really haven't changed. We've got meteors, we've got presidents doing screwy things again.
Yeah. History repeats itself.
Life goes on. But yeah, so anyway, so this one might hit, and but there's like a 2.4% chance, I think, of it hitting, which I like our odds. But I mean, I will say, there's been like 2.4% of like bad things. Like Trump, I remember when he was running the first time, they were like, he's not going to win. It's like 2.4%. So we got to watch out.
Yeah, watch out for those 2.4%.
Watch out, buddy. They will destroy you.
If you're ever gambling on a sports game and your odds are 2.4%, you take that bet.
Are you a big sports game gambler?
Sports game. I've got 3 different Super Bowl boxes for tomorrow, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's exciting. Legal ones, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Well, let's hope that meteor doesn't hit us. Although, NASA and a few other space agencies have assured that there's ways to knock it off their trajectories, I guess.
Sure.
Apparently they tested it. Like, I didn't even hear about this. Apparently they tested this. There was like a comet that was coming, or meteor. I forget the word. But they ran like something into it and changed its trajectory.
So we can just blast it.
I mean, you don't even have to blast it. Really, you just run something into it. It's not like they didn't dig like a nuke into it, like in Armageddon. Yeah. Which, man, what an ending to that movie! Like Jesus, no spoilers.
Michael Bay.
Yeah, man, fucking Bruce Willis, dude.
Oh,
Ben Affleck. Steve Buscemi.
Yep. Buscemi.
Yeah. And when I was a kid and saw it for the first time, I thought that. Billy Bob Thornton, William Robert Thornton, was I thought he was the president, but turns out he's not the president. He's just a guy who worked at NASA.
Oh, yeah. Thornton.
Yeah, but the president of in Deep Impact, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Good old Morgan Freeman.
Yep.
The man with the voice.
Mm-hmm. So, Greg, we've got a live Snakes coming up February 27th, the year anniversary show.
Yeah, it's been a full 12.
Full 12 is what we call them. Maybe we'll have some boilies at the show.
Ooh, I hope so.
Give some boilies
Sign
out.
me up.
That sounds like an expensive treat for everyone.
True.
I don't know about all that. But so I got a text from Julio. I forget Julio's last name, but he.
Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I really can't think of it either.
I don't know how that works. But he texted me. He asked, "When's the next Good For You?" Which is what our old show used to be called, and
it was at his establishment.
Venue. Yeah. And instead of trying to correct him, I just told him when it was.
Just let him think that.
All right, fine. February 27th. See you there. So anyway, we'll be there. Greg will be doing music. I'll be hosting. Got some great comics. Jay Jordan's gonna be on that one. Kevin McCaffrey's gonna be on that one. Both great friends of the podcast.
Yes.
So looking forward to that. That's 8 p.m. at the Gutter in Williamsburg, and. We're going to have a good time that night, Greg.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think we're going to have a good time tonight, too, Greg, by the way.
Yeah. Tonight's going to be very nice.
We're going to see...
another friend of the pod.
Frank DiRuggiero.
Yeah. Birthday. DiRuggiero.
Man, I don't know how that guy's fucking name works.
DiRuggiero.
These guys with these names, I don't know what's going on. So anyway, Frank's birthday is tonight. We're going to that. We're going to say hello to him. We're going to... shake his hand.
We're going to give him a cigarette.
Yeah, we'll give him a pat on the back.
Yes. Yes.
Traditional Frank gifts. That's our plan. So anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be, next week, I'm going to be in Los Angeles for a wedding.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Going to a wedding out in Los Angeles. Going to stay at the beach.
Very nice.
Going to try and not light any fires.
Yeah.
That's going to be my plan.
Yeah, it's... probably for the best.
Yeah. No campfires, no fireworks.
No.
Just
which beach you gonna be at?
Well, the wedding's at Santa Monica.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's where I stay when I go out there.
Lovely.
Usually.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna stay, I think, at a friend's house on Manhattan Beach. Which is weird because you think Manhattan, you think New York City.
Yeah.
But they stole it. They stole the name.
Terrible.
Yeah. Just terrible. Well, anyway, Greg, it's been great here with you, being here with you, and doing the podcast, learning your customs when it comes to boilies. Boiled eggs, by the way, is what we've been.
Yeah, that's hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, I guess in case anyone didn't.
I guess we should
pick up on that.
Yeah, I guess we should have explained that earlier. Do you ever do soft-boiled eggs?
No.
They're really good. You get a little. You can even have a shot glass. You get a shot glass. You bust the top, and then you dunk bread into the soft center. Some toast.
That sounds tasty.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you could put some popcorn on a toothpick.
Ooh, there we
dump
go.
that down in there. We're inventing food now.
Yeah, fiber and protein in one bite.
I'm the
How about
real,
that?
Yeah, I'm the real mayor of Flavortown.
Yeah. Hey now.
So anyway, Greg, it's been great. Thank you for having me. And
thanks for joining me.
Yeah, sure. And bon voyage.
Yes.
Say, Greg. Talking Schmidt is recorded at Burmeister Studios in
Astoria, Queens.
Opening music is by Greg Burmeister. Closing music is by
Greg Burmeister.
Our intern is Jason Travis. If you like what you've heard, please like, follow, and write a review for us wherever you listen to podcasts. If you didn't like it, please keep listening to it, but keep your opinions to yourself. If you really liked it, you can find bonus episodes over on our Talking Schmidt Patreon page. Membership is just $5 per month, and it goes a long way to buy us the equipment and bourbon we need. Thanks in advance, and hope you're doing great.